Hey guys, this is Matthew Ibrahim. As some of you guys know, I'm a machinist by trade, but I'm also the creator and founder of Garagistic, and I recently became a professional race car driver. Pretty good. Did okay. So obviously it's been a while since we showed you guys the shop. We've been in business for 11 years now, and over that course of time, we've acquired 5 CNCs, multiple pressure injection machines, laser scanners, all kinds of equipment. Of course, machines is only one part of the equation. The team is what makes the rest. So it's gonna be pretty cool to walk you guys through just what it takes for us to design a part and how our team and equipment are involved in that process. So let's start out by showing you guys the first place that I usually go to when I'm coming to design, and that's gonna be the 3D printer room. So we have a Connex Object 260, a little over $200,000, capable of printing rubber, transparent colors, headlights, taillights. Sometimes we'll print molds as a prototype, and you can tell it simulates rubber, and we can do different durometers. We could then take this and pour polyurethane into it in our injection machines. And it's pretty cool, all the capabilities of this machine. I mean, thousands of color combinations. Some of them are clear colors, transparent colors, rubberized, any combination. And if that's not enough, you can have colored rubber simulated parts. This whole thing was 3D printed on the printer, one shot. Those little dots are literally rubber inside a hard part. So normal, after we've confirmed the design and we're ready to 3D print, we set on the 3D printer. We have one of two, obviously, but we also have another $9,000, let's say economical 3D printer. After that done, they both have different ways of cleaning off the solution in the case of the Connex. You know, we do have the ability to be able to draw from scratch, but what we have found is that 3D scanning is kind of like our thing right now. And so we bought a Faro arm with an 8-axis table, marble, all the options, and it's about $80,000. But it gave us the ability to then scan something like this. So this is an E36 trans brace. So we were able to scan it, reverse engineer it, actually make a design right underneath it. That's actually our design for a steel unit. Pretty cool to see the whole process. Then we'll end up testing it. So in this next phase, this is when we actually take these parts and put them on the actual cars, either through a 3D printed model or in the actual material that they're intended to be designed for.
Hey, this is Anthony. I work technical support here at Garagistic, and I do a little bit of prototyping and R&D. Matt designs all the parts, makes all the cool things, but me, I get to have fun with all the cars here. To give you guys information and to help you guys out when you have technical questions, I also install parts here. So that makes it a little bit easier for me to help you guys. It really helps when you've done it, and then you can explain it to someone. We're always here to make things a little bit better and push things a little bit further. That's kind of the whole idea here at Garagistic, and that's why I love being here. So a little bit of our test fleet. We got a couple of gems hanging out around here. One of the first cool ones, and kind of the one that always kind of pushes us, is the LS swapped Pandem kit E30 that we codename Aries. Supercharged LS, actually pretty wild. And all the engineering and everything that you see in it is actually really interesting. Rear-mounted engine radiator, supercharger, obviously LS swap, and if I'm correct, one of the first Pandem wide-body E30s in the United States. So this is our K car. The K car is really special, especially right now with everyone kind of doing K swaps. We decided to kind of take our own run at it. So what we have here is a K24 swapped E30 with our MTech 2 kit and our E30 Evo wing. There's a lot going on here, a lot of testing and development. And that is why this is one of my favorite cars here at the shop. Currently a work in progress, and we're kind of squaring away a couple different things, but it's always fun to kind of just figure out how to make something fit in something that it was never supposed to be put in. So this right now is one of my personal favorites at the shop, the 190E Cosworth 2.3. The car sits on BBSs and it just glides on rails. Their car pole positions are absolutely amazing, and this is just a fun car to drive. There's a lot of things that we can improve on it, which is why it's here at our shop. It really reminds me of something that just feels right and feels natural and feels raw. So the car you see above me right now is the car that's on my t-shirt, our beloved grip car, the E36, the sub 2 160 horsepower Hero. I absolutely love this car. I own an E36. It feels really comfortable and it feels like, you know, I'm at home. It's built really well. The suspension's absolutely amazing. And I 100%, if you have a chance to track an E36, you should go out and do it. And if you're gonna do it, go ahead and make sure you grab some Garagistic parts because there's plenty of goodies in here that we use to make this car extremely fast and fun to rip around. And below the E36, we have our 190E diesel. Closer that you look at it, it's very much less grandma and much more race car. It's actually roll caged. Chassis is absolutely insane, and it's very similar to the Kazi, but it's a completely different driving experience. Personally, the diesel is probably one of the most entertaining to drive. Slow, but fun, and that's never a bad thing. So as you guys know, we're really big with BMW E30s, E36s, and E46s, but that's not the only thing that we do here. We try to always expand and kind of push the limits and see what we could do for other chassis that you guys would kind of like. Just stay tuned. You never know what the next big thing could be. A good example of how we improve parts here at Garagistic, sometimes we'll take stock parts like these. A lot of times they tend to break or they tend to have their flaws. So Matt will go ahead and 3D scan them, kind of get a base idea of how originally they work. From there, we'll go ahead and then we'll make heavy duty, stronger versions or make improvements from the original version. And that's kind of an example of what we have here. I'll take those parts that we have or those prototypes and those ideas and test fit them and make sure that they work okay, make sure everything's great. So once we're done test fitting and getting all the data from our prototype versions, we'll go ahead and we'll head over to the production side with Matt and George and cook up a production version.
Once that's done, we take it to the Garagistic machining facility where we have a little over $1 million in CNC equipment. But before we got to $1 million in equipment, it started out with one machine. Let's meet her. So this would be the infamous CNC number 1. The Kitamura. We had acquired already some manual mills, manual lathes at the time. This is about 11 years ago. And then we ended up actually getting this machine for about $10,000. It's basically a CNC from the 80s, but it was the only one that I was able to afford at the time. Got me going, got started, did our early products on it, power steering deletes, all kind of stuff. And we even started retrofitting her with, you know, modern USB devices, because at the time it had almost no memory. You got to think about it, at the time, 80s, it was like floppy disks, very small amounts of memory, so big CNC programs would destroy it. But this very machine ended up buying 2 of the next CNCs for us. She got us this guy, $80,000 VFSS, which made our capabilities of making even bigger milled parts, like our seat mounts and a bunch of other bigger aluminum parts and some steel parts, big brake kits, all kinds of stuff. And then we had to buy a bunch of tooling to go with her and all of that, but our capabilities were so much bigger now that now we needed a lathe, which is when we got her. The ST25 with a bar feeder and Royal Tooling collet. In English, what that means is this is a lathe that's capable of running 24 hours unmanned through the night and will load its own material and catch its own material. So you feed material through the bar feeder, it keeps running through the night, and there's an arm here that comes up, reaches, and grabs that item, and we come back and we're filled with parts the very next morning. Once we realized all of that, we're like, you know what? We can use some 4-axis ability, maybe even some more spindles, and 5-axis. So that's when we got this one. That allowed us to get these 2 machines. At this point of Garagistic's life, it was about year 6, year 7, and we just needed literally more spindles making parts at this point. So that's when we acquired the TM2P and the VF2. These both total about $80,000 before we got any tooling for them. That doesn't count the retrofitting of the 4-axis that we'll end up adding in a year or 2 after we end up getting this machine. After both these things were starting to make some more money and some more business, we decided, you know what? We need a 5-axis machine. So we got her. So with our 5-axis machine, we were capable of making very complex parts in one shot, one operation. Stuff like our selector joints, our billet, clutch pedals, a lot of the intricate stuff that you see coming out now almost a decade later from when we originated. And whenever I say 3-axis, 4-axis, 5-axis, that just means what it can do in one rotation, if you will, or how many accesses. So a 3-axis could move in X, Y, and Z, for example, where a 4-axis could be a rotational machine. And then a 5-axis is one that can rotate in 5 different accesses. Once we had all these machines, we were then capable of making our own molds, and we had a polyurethane line. These are the machines that were making those molds. When they would make those molds, it would then go to our pressure injection pouring machine over here. So this would be our first pressure injection machine, and it's pressure injection, but it's more of like a pouring machine. It mixes an A and a B, and we're able to then pour polyurethane into a mold that we made. So this was about another $30,000 just to get a way of pouring polyurethane, which meant that we had to upgrade our air compressor, which all of these machines are required to run on. So we ended up getting the best of the best, a Kaizen SM10. So it's pretty cool. It even has a dryer and a cooler to make sure that the air is the exact temperature that we need it to be and as dry as we need it to be, which is vital for these machines to run correctly. Once we were at that stage and we were pouring, making molds, making parts, our volume of polyurethane had exceeded what we were able to pour with a mechanism like this of just pouring an A and B. That's when we ended up getting the big dogs, 2 pressure injection machines. So these big dogs are our recent additions to the Garagistic manufacturing. We have 2 pressure injection machines that we got in maybe a month ago. They're both capable of different tonnage and pressure, but we're hoping then we can expand even further on our body kits, polyurethane and other items. But it's just the beginning, obviously. I mean, we're continuing to grow. We're gonna continue to evolve and change and get more equipment. We're looking into laser equipment, and cutting equipment, maybe a water jet, some bending equipment. We've looked into robots to load our CNCs with. We're always gonna continue growing. That's a lot of the manufacturing facility right now. It's quite a big number. I don't know what it is, but Derek will tally it up and put it probably right here. And after all that, we end up going to packing, assembly, and QC.
Hey guys, I'm George, working here as Garagistic as a CNC programmer and machinist. My journey started from 7 years here at Garagistic as an operator, and after that I get interested for programming and run these machines. Matthew Ibrahim, the owner, encouraged me to get certified as a CNC programmer, so I went to school for like 3 years and I get my certification. After that I started to do everything here, starting from designing, programming, machinist, and assembly, and QC every single product before to move it to the inventory area.
Hey guys, my name is Gus Ramirez and I work in the logistics department for Garagistic. Matthew has just created a product in the back and it comes off the machine in manufacturing and it comes to my department, which is shipping. Team effort goes into packaging it up and putting it away here in the shipping department. We have over 1,000 SKUs and a small team here, so we really have to be efficient. So we've created a method and set up the shelves and the product in different categories to make pulling as quickly and efficient as possible so that we can get your orders out as fast as we can. I'm a car guy, and being a car guy, I know that when we order a part, we want to get it out to you as soon as possible because we're waiting to get that product and install it. The shipping department, which is also our warehouse, because you can see where we keep all your products. So thousands of SKUs are sitting in this general area. The shipping department is a department that's going to be busy every single day. We're getting a lot of orders out daily. FedEx is coming every day, USPS is coming every day, UPS is coming every day. We not only ship to our US customers, but we do a lot of international orders. So this area is always busy, there's always something going on. We're always pulling, we're always putting product away. As you can see, it's nice and clean and clear so that we can pull efficiently, we can pull quickly, and we can pull the correct parts to get them to you guys as soon as possible. Your parts are packaged up and ready to go. So once you guys get these parts, if you have any questions about installing them or just want to know what your next mod should be on your car that pairs with this or a new mod, we have some guys up front that know their BMW. So give us a ring and we're here to help you guys out on your current purchase or your next mods to help you go faster.
My name is Mattson. I'm the head of customer service over here at Garagistic. I'm your point of contact. If there is anything that you ever need, order updates, order changes, any questions you just have for us in general, you're more than likely gonna talk to me. That's kind of what I do here. I'm kind of at the beginning and the end of your ordering experience. I personally am a huge E30 guy. I'm also kind of like the resident drifter here at the shop. I've had a lot of firsthand experience. I've burned through a lot of parts. I've swapped stuff out multiple times. So I have a good foundation for what is the right way to go and what's the wrong way to go. At the end of the day, what we're here for is we're here to help you guys make your dream E30, your dream BMW, whatever it is. We want to help you guys and assist you guys getting to that final point. So no matter what you guys do, we want to hear about it. And if there's any way I can help make that final build happen, I'm always the guy that you can talk to if you ever need any kind of assistance and stuff like that. What you guys help me with is when all of you guys give me feedback, is I basically can take that feedback and I can put that into make either new parts or make our parts even better. We're a small company, but at the same time, we try our best to be customer oriented. And a lot of that starts with just giving me a phone call. As you've seen, we're a small team, we're young, full of energy. There's always something to do and we're always growing. So the guy who keeps us all in check would be our shop warden.
Hey guys, I'm Ryu. I'm the shop warden and I keep these goons in check. I'm the manager here at Garagistic. I manage the operations, make sure that all the guys are doing what they're supposed to and that you guys get your parts on time. So when it comes down to the creation of our products, I kind of manage the back end side of things, the things you don't see, the behind the scenes. I make sure that a lot of the cool ideas that we have for our products make their way from point A all the way to your car. So I make sure that everything goes smoothly. I handle suppliers, materials, make sure the production is going well, the prototype is doing good, all the tests are being done on the cars. Make sure that all the cool stuff that we have going on becomes a reality. Just like the rest of the guys, I have an E30. The passion for E30s and older BMWs is kind of what got me into this company. It's a dream come true for us to be able to work on the things that we love and help you guys enjoy your cars just as much as we do. A lot of the cool ideas just come from us, things that we want for our cars. Truly a blessing to be able to pretty much say whatever we want and then go from a sketch or an idea and just see the whole process throughout. That's always a blessing for us to be around these cars every day.
Well, there you have it, guys. That's the team, that's the equipment. We thank you guys for watching. We really appreciate all the support that you guys have shown us over the years. Obviously, you know, it was hard to put everything in one episode. We have a lot more that we kind of cut out. Probably have enough stuff to release a part 2. If there's a particular chassis that you guys would like us to make parts for, let us know. Again, thank you guys for watching and let us know in the comments what you guys want to see and don't forget to subscribe.